The 149th meeting between the two great Manchester clubs, Manchester City against Manchester United. And this is the first part of a sporting double-header here on the JB Correct YouTube channel. At 8:45 later this evening, I will be bringing you full fight commentary of Anthony Joshua against Andy Ruiz Jr. in the boxing. But here in the football, it's Manchester City against Manchester United, and what an extraordinary game this really does promise to be. City, as we all saw on Tuesday night, they took care of business very, very rapidly against Burnley, and they were very good for it. Good value for the victory, as I have to say, through gritted teeth. Later on, I'll also be talking Burnley, of course. They slipped to a horrible defeat against Tottenham in a game really which they just didn't blatantly try. But enough about that for the time being. We'll talk about them a bit later on in another video and on another day. So we're all set to go here at the Etihad Stadium. The teams are in the tunnel as I talk to you here, and what an atmosphere it promises to be. We'll run through the two lineups in just a second or two. Harry Maguire standing in the tunnel alongside his opposite number, Fernandinho. David Silva, who's taken over the captain. City playing with a 4-3-3 tonight, and Manchester United playing another sort of formation. But what an atmosphere it is. Always Derby Day in Manchester. We sampled a flavour of the Merseyside derby for the first time ever. We've done Manchester derbies before tonight, and usually they are some of the best ones around. The derbies before tonight, and usually So let's have a look at the two lineups. I have them here, team sheets. One or two changes from the other night for Manchester City, especially in defence. So let's look at the side, starting with Manchester City. Henderson in goal for City, unchanged from Tuesday. Walker, Stones, Fernandinho and Angelino are the back four. So one change from in the defence, where Stones comes in for Nicola Otamendi. And then it's De Bruyne, Rodri and David Silva in the midfield. And up front it's Bernardo Silva, Gabriel Jesus and Sterling. So basically the one change from Burnley on Tuesday. On the bench for City, Bravo, Gundogan, Mendy, Mahrez, Cancelo, Otamendi and Phil Foden. Let's look at Manchester United then. Under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they had a good win on Wednesday night, against Tottenham Hotspur. Thoroughly deserving of their 3 points, having watched the game back after commentary on the Merseyside derby. They line up as follows: David De Gea in goal, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw the back four. Then it's Scott McTominay, Fred, Daniel James, Jesse Lingard, Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial. No place for Paul Pogba. I think he might be picked up a bit of an injury anyway. On the bench for Manchester United, we've got Romero, Juan Mata, Ander Pereira, Ashley Young, Greenwood, Twanatsabe and Young Williams as well. The referee, who ironically comes from Greater Manchester. He comes from the Wythenshawe area of Greater Manchester. For those familiar with the city, is Anthony Taylor. And we're all set practically to go here in this game. A game really that's going to have so much on riding on it now. And we won't talk about Burnley until later on tonight. Just to remind you that we have we'll have live commentary, audio commentary of the boxing tonight. Anthony Joshua against Andy Ruiz Jr. That's the second encounter. Joshua beaten last time out, looking for revenge over in Saudi Arabia, and we'll give you full commentary of that, full audio commentary of that fight at around about 8:45 UK time. Manchester United to get us underway. So I've got a double commentary shift on tonight. I've got the boxing to come later, and of course this magnificent Manchester derby. I hope you're all settled in at home, folks. I hope you're all ready to go. This is going to be a fantastic occasion. The 149th Manchester derby is almost upon us. Strap in for full match commentary here on the JB Claret YouTube channel from the Etihad Stadium. This is going to be an exciting derby. We had the Merseyside derby, which was excitable on Wednesday. Now we've got the Manchester version. City against United. A whole city coming together, and it's Manchester United in the red shirts that get us underway, attacking the goal to our left. City in the all sky blue shirts with white shorts attacking the goal to our right. And here is De Bruyne getting the long ball forward, and that should be Harry Maguire's to mop up and get it back to goalkeeper David De Gea. The VAR official, incidentally, is Michael Oliver from County Durham, but he's down at Stockley Park. So any massive VAR decisions will be on his shoulders should we need to go there, as Manchester City come forward again. Sterling's crossing towards the 6-yard area where Jesus was waiting, and now the ball out towards Sterling once again. Takes on Wan-Bissaka, the new signing from Crystal Palace in the summer. 45 seconds gone, and City forcing United onto the back foot straight away. Here's Angelino, who really has impressed in the last couple of games for City so far. Now the ball back on halfway, and now the ball, it's been kept in there. City just spraying the ball around as much as they can. A minute and 10 gone here in the first half. City recent form, win, loss, win, draw, win. So a little bit inconsistent, but they were back to winning ways on Tuesday night, as we saw at Burnley. United have lost, drawn twice and lost one in their last 5. But they beat Spurs very convincingly, I thought, 2-1, and should have won practically by more. This is Rashford on the left-hand side for Manchester United. Good football again, in towards Anthony Martial. Martial turns, and he's got support here on the edge of the penalty area. The ball come out, and a chance here for United, and it was Daniel James on the far side who hit the right-footed shot to the right of the penalty area, and it was well saved by Ederson. And now De Bruyne now running forward at the other end. Sterling edge of the area, cuts inside. Sterling, De Bruyne, left-hand side, shot comes in. Well blocked there by Wan-Bissaka, and already there's a frenetic pace to this 149th meeting between these two fierce Manchester rivals. A chance apiece practically there. One chance at one end, another chance at the other end. Ellison forced into an early save. It's still City 0, United 0, with 2.5 minutes almost played. And here is De Bruyne now on the left-hand side. Chips it in. Sterling is in behind. Jesus, he's waiting in the middle. So too is Silva. Bernardo that was. And headed away by McTominay. But City, again, McTominay gifted City possession. And then, in fact, United hoisted out. Great start to the game from both sides. I don't think it's going to be a 0-0 by any stretch of the imagination, and I'll put my life in my own hands by saying that. I think this is going to be a terrific game of football. This is Bernardo Silva back into towards Rodri, who scored a scorching third at Turf Moor on Tuesday night, and it was a scorching one. It was actually measured at nearly 70 miles an hour, which is the actual speed on a British motorway, as the ball is threaded in, and that was a good challenge there by Luke Shaw there, getting the ball out of play, doing tremendously well. Scored at actually Scott McTominay, sorry. It is a young United team that are playing for their lives here. As he slid in, there was maybe been half an interband ball, but as he slid in, he clearly, as I saw there, came off his chest. The VAR were just checking it out, and Michael Oliver came to the same conclusion as I saw on the replay. So a good decision there from VAR. Not many times we've said that this season. Here's Sterling now, down the left-hand side for Manchester City. Or rather Gabriel Jesus. Now it's Sterling. Sterling looking to take on all comers. Back inside to David Silva, edge of the penalty area. He goes down, but there was a clean tackle there by one of the United players. And here's Daniel James, who's missed the first big opportunity of the contest. 4.25 minutes gone. Still 0-0 between these two Manchester rivals. Here's David Silva into the penalty area, off the defender, and it's behind for a corner. Well, Daniel James here. This is the best we've seen from Manchester United. Martial held the ball up magnificently, got into a position where he could hook the ball in, and then Daniel James here really should have done better with the right foot. He got it good first control there, and the Welshman, if there's any criticism of the Welshman's shot, it was probably straight at David De Gea. Ball into the penalty area, headed away. It'll come out to Sterling. He's just gone to the left-hand channel. Sterling hooks across back at first to face a goal, and it was well headed away. And now Jesus picks the ball up for City. Good first half. It's 5 gone, 0-0, but we've had a couple of chances. Really good football this. Bernardo Silva. Silva now runs down the right-hand channel. Silva still going. Bernardo. There's the cross into the 6-yard area. Turned away again by the United defenders. Really good game here. De Bruyne. Now here's a chance for Bernardo. Bernardo taking on his man. Now the ball hooked back towards Rodri. Deflection on the cross there. I think it might have come off Jesse Lingard. Now here come Manchester United with Daniel James down the right-hand side, and through the middle it goes, and it's Martial through. But back comes Manchester City again. Good defending this time. I think it might have been Kyle Walker who got back there. Good game this. And here's McTominay now winning it on the halfway line. This is fantastic stuff. Fred now feeds Martial back inside of Fred from the left-hand side. Manchester United now turn to have a go at the City defence. Here's Luke Shaw for United. Here's Marcus Rashford. United and City with both of them going at it, each other, hammer and tongs here. This is good football here. Live on the JB Car YouTube channel. Round the corner, and James is down the left-hand, right-hand side. And Lingard waits in the centre, but that's a poor ball, and Rodri could pick that up and get that away. Luke Caton is a Manchester United fan, and one of our new moderators, he's a Manchester United fan, and he's tuning into this one. Here's David Silva though for Manchester City. He's got Sterling on the far side. This is Raheem Sterling. Takes on Bissaka. Beats him as if he didn't exist. Pull back, and oh, another chance there goes to begging. Still comes to City. De Bruyne with a shot that just narrowly goes past the far right left-hand post and wide of the target, but both teams really going at it in the first six or 7 minutes of this first half. It's still amazingly 0-0, and it could have easily been one apiece at this stage by now, because both teams are not here to mess about. They're here to attack each other, and that's what the game needs. Good game, good start to the game. Remember, this is not the live. This is not the first live. This is the first of a double shift of commentaries from myself tonight. Not only have we got this match for you, we also have the big fight from Saudi Arabia between Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz, who took the title amazingly off Joshua earlier this year. Here's Luke Shaw now for Manchester United. Chips the ball into the penalty area. A little bit of a chest. They claim handball City. They get the decision there. Handball against Martial. And it will be a free kick to City. And referee Anthony Taylor for Wittenshaw has got some... well, I don't know. I think Martial may have chested that. I mean, that's a harsh decision against the... Manchester United player. 8 gone. It's still City 0, United 0 here at the Etihad Stadium. Yes, you're going to hear me commentate on something other than football tonight, and it's going to be Joshua's bid to win his world heavyweight titles back as United come charging forward again, and the ball comes away again. 8 minutes gone. Here's Fred now for United. Well, what a frenetic start to this game. Now City pick the ball up. Still 0-0 amazingly as we approach 9 minutes gone. This is Sterling. I can't believe this game is ebbed and flowed in the way that it would promise it would do. And Bernardo Silva, both teams attacking as if their lives depend on it. And here's Bernardo. He's passed 2 challenges down the right hand side. He needs support in the centre. He's got Jesus waiting in the middle. Support from De Bruyne on the edge of the area. He's had to sweep it out to the far side, mind you, and Sterling. Angelino on the overlap. And now Bernardo, or rather David Silva. Angelino, cross into the penalty area. It's a poor cross. Bisected everybody in the penalty area, and it's gone out for a throw-in, level with the 6-yard area of Manchester United to Manchester United. And we had a chance for a moment or two ago. Jesse Lingard here. Big opportunity here, Lingard. And a super save by the goalkeeper here as he turned it away. Edison, marvellous piece of goalkeeping. 10 minutes almost gone here. United creating possibly the better chances. I've been impressed by the way Solskjaer sent his lads out, and they've gone out with a really good attitude towards this game. Good to see. Here's Rashford, a local lad who'll want to do well. United, who have had a different start to the season, but picked up a magnificent victory to ease the pressure on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on Wednesday, and they deserve to win by all accounts. They did fantastically well. Russ is back from commentary at the John Smiths between Huddersfield and Leeds, and I hope you'll be tuning in for the commentary coverage of the Joshua fight. This is City on the break here with Angelino, far side. Angelino now looking to maybe tee up across, or get space to tee up across perhaps, and here's Rodri now in the deep inside the territory. Now Bernardo Silva. Bernardo now running at his man. Takes it on. Still Bernardo Silva. Pulled back. Now Rodri. Rodri turns. Looks to try and create half a yard, maybe a space. Still 0-0 here with 11 minutes of the first half gone. A sporting double header of live commentaries to come here on this channel. After this football match, which will finish at 7:30, we'll have an hour's break, and then it's Anthony Joshua, the big fight. The big fight live will be with you, or the fight live will come to you. The big fight live will come from Saudi Arabia, but we won't be sending any commentators to Saudi Arabia. It'll be done in the warmth of the studio here in Lancashire. Here's Shaw now for Manchester United, back inside to Jesse Lingard, still inside the City half. De Bruyne are winning the possession here. Just to remind you, just a little bit of news on the Joshua fight. Andy Ruiz is 3 pounds heavier at the weigh-in than what Joshua was, so a slight weight, quite a bit of a weight advantage there for Andy Ruiz Jr., who defends his titles against Joshua tonight. So £3 the weight difference, but in fights usually the weight difference doesn't really show, but they were both bang on the limit anyway. 12.5 minutes gone. City 0, United 0 in the football. The Premier League, City looking to try and close the gap on Liverpool, who won today against Bournemouth away from home. Their unbeaten record so far this season continues. Here's the ball in there towards De Bruyne from Bernardo's pass. City having a bit of possession now. Bernardo into towards his namesake Dabby. Back to Bernardo now. Into the penalty area. Oh, and Jesus playing to a handball inside the 6-yard area. Nothing given. And now Manchester United's turn to break. This is Martial. As Lingard tried to lay it in. And one of the City defenders, it may have been John Stones, got half a block on that. Now McTominay picks it up on the left-hand side. Or Shaw rather picks it up on this side. Shaw, there's a foul there from behind, and it's got to be a free kick. No, referee playing on. This is Maguire. City 0, United 0. 13.5 minutes of the first half. And here is McTominay through the centre, in towards Lingard. Now Rashford will keep it in on that near side. The left-hand side of Manchester United. That's the playing Jesse Lingard, who really hasn't stepped up to the plate this season. Too busy taking selfies in the middle of exotic places this summer and not really putting any effort into his football. But for the first time, really, there may have been a shadow of a handball there against Lindelof. Let's have a look on the replay. Well, it would have been harsh to give it against Lindelof. It comes off his leg, then his arm. If it came off his arm, then yes, I think City might have had a case. But I think because it comes off Lindelof's leg, then his arm, you can't really give penalties like that. If you were, you'd be giving about 15 you'd be giving about 20 penalties a season, 25 penalties a season for that. So the referee was bang on there for me. Still 0-0. Good first half this, as we come towards the quarter-hour mark. But still no goals. Fred midway inside the City half. He turns back towards the centre circle where he finds Maguire, who now goes to the left-hand side. Shaw, back to Lingard, back to Shaw again. Lingard now takes possession, gets the ball back to Lindelof. Lindelof now looking to get Wan-Bissaka on the way. £50 million signing from Crystal Palace as we come up towards the quarter of an hour mark here at the Etihad Stadium. City 0, United 0 in the 149th league competitive meeting between these two Manchester foes. And here's Maguire. A little bit of a poor ball, really, a bit of a tame pass if you like, but then as City try to counter-attack, Maguire's there to read the danger, so to speak. Now it's Rashford wasn't offside, and here's James Downey right here. Rashford making a run. Martial on the edge of the area. Martial shoots, and a good save down and away to his left, and the near post by the goalkeeper there, Ederson. He's made three crucial saves, in fact, in this opening quarter of an hour. An amazing start to the game, but yet inexplicably it's still 0-0, and Manchester United, in fairness, should be winning this game. They've created the better chances. City all at sea a little bit, and Bernardo slides in there, and here's Rodri to pick the ball up, and now David Silva. How they need something from him now. Remember, no Sergio Aguero for this one. Sterling tries to take on his man, and it will be a corner to Manchester City on the far side. It came off Wan-Bissaka. Great first half here. Liverpool winning 3-0. Spurs beating a very sorry Burnley. I hate to say that, but they were very sorry. Watford 0, Palace 0. And at lunchtime, Everton good value for a 3-0 win over Chelsea. Duncan Ferguson having the desired effect after Marco Silva's deserved second on Thursday night after that abject performance in the Merseyside derby on Wednesday night. On Saturday night here at the Etihad, it's still 0-0 as the corner comes in, and I thought the header had come in there, but I think the whistle has probably gone there. David De Gea relieved. That corner had something on it. Watford 0, Palace 0, that was a result as well. Safe to say that unless this ends 0-0, that could be last on match of the day. And obviously confirmation that Bournemouth's miserable run also continuing with a 3-0 defeat at home to a Liverpool side who are just, well, practically running away perhaps with the title at this moment in time. And I've just put a tweet out to Daz Bentley. I'm sorry, I can't agree. I can't agree. If there was an effort there, it wouldn't be 5-0. It's just not good enough. And maybe Daz Bentley needs to listen to the Burnley fans instead of trying to defend what really was, having watched it this afternoon, or having heard it this afternoon on the radio, a real abject display from Burnley, who, let's face it, weren't neither in the races. Their attitude stunk from the first to last whistle, and there will be a rant about that later tonight after the boxing. That is for sure. United starting the ninth in 8th. 8 points away, ironically, from the top 4 positions. As we go up towards the 19th minute of the first half, and we've had 18 and a half almost of the first half. Remember, Spurs 5, Burnley 0, Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 3, Watford 0, Palace 0. That was a full-time result. Here in the 5:30 kickoff, this is Sterling trying to turn as he gets his shot off, and then there's a foul there after that by David Silva, and a free kick it's been given to Manchester United. Well, there's got to be questions asked about Burnley's performance. We watched them. I observed doing commentary with them on Tuesday night, and I felt that they were not good enough, and they've obviously shown again that they're not good enough in this in this game, in the game at Tottenham today. Meanwhile, it's still 0-0 in this important game here for both Manchester clubs. A win for United would really give their season a real shot in the arm. This is Rashford down the left-hand side for Manchester United. Cuts inside. Oh, thought he might have hit it right-footed. He's still going on. He goes down. And the referee says no. Rashford's convinced that's a penalty, and VAR might just check it. Advantage play. There was a foul there by De Bruyne in the build-up. Then an audacious attempt from almost the halfway line. And Manchester United are still appealing for a penalty. Now, are they going to check it? VAR have to check this, because it did look to me as if there may have been a foul here. Oh, I tell you what, that's a penalty. If VAR aren't involved, I'll be amazed. It's John Stones, I think, who's involved. I think that's a penalty to Manchester United. I really do. This is worth another look. VAR involved here. No, it has to be clear and obvious. That was the directive that VAR took. And I think in the press box here that they all say penalty. It is a penalty! It is a penalty to Manchester United. It had to be a penalty. First time of asking. Anthony Taylor didn't give the decision. I think Bernardo's the guilty party. Now, will he get booked for that? I think Michael Irving got that one spot on. Mr. Taylor initially didn't give it. 21 gone. It remains 0-0. But Manchester United here have a penalty. And who's going to take the responsibility now for the red half of Manchester here? For City, they'll be hoping that Edison can work the oracle. Now, will this be a red card? Anthony Taylor's got a big decision to make. Is it yellow or is it red? Bernardo's being called across here. And the referee's got to go through the notions here. Now, what colour card will he pull out? Yellow or red? Yellow card. Yellow card to Bernardo Silva. He can't believe the decision, but I think it's a clear-cut case. And Marcus Rashford's got the ball here. And he's going to take responsibility for Manchester United. This is a critical moment in the derby. This has to be a real sickener for Manchester City, who felt, for all intents and purposes, that they got away with it. Not when VAR is about, that is for certain. And now Marcus Rashford has given himself an opportunity from 12 yards to really put a stamp on things. This really is a moment to savour here, because it did look a penalty from first glance. I will not lie to you. And it really was a moment, really, that I certainly saw it with my own eyes straight away. Penalty, I thought. Now, Manchester City have now got to face a penalty. Rashford runs up, right-footed, and he sends the keeper the wrong way! And Manchester United have taken the lead! What a moment that is for United, and maybe lift off in their season. A win at Etihad, a derby win at the Etihad, maybe a welcome boost for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And Manchester United have taken the lead. This is an amazing moment in the season of both these two protagonists. What a cool penalty that is. Right-footed into the right-hand corner. Edison going to his right as he looked. And this is a moment that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be absolutely delighted about. This was the offence. Bernardo clearly takes him out. It's a definite yellow card. I don't think it was a red one to start with. But it was a definite foul, definite penalty. Referee didn't see it. And then when I knew straight away, Mike Dean, the fourth official, getting an earful for Pep Guardiola. But when he sees the replay back, I think he'll have to maybe retract his statements there. It's Rashford's 10th goal of the season in the league this season. And I think that's his best return for quite some time in the Premier League. What a moment for him. And what a moment for Manchester United, who lead 1-0. Here's David Silva for United, for City. Now finds his namesake, Bernardo Silva, into the area. Bernardo Silva shoots right-footed, and it's deflected behind for a corner. This game has really hotted up, and there's no guarantee, there's no chance now of it being goalless. That penalty has lit the blue touch paper here in Manchester. 1-0 to City, 1-0 to United over City. De Bruyne with a corner. City under the cosh here as they try to chase down the league leaders Liverpool at the top of the Premier League. They were lying third going into this game. Leicester play at Aston Villa tomorrow in a big game for them. Brendan Rodgers' side haven't lost for 2 months. And now a chance here for United, and it's Martial, and Rashford wants it, and Rashford gets it, and Rashford shoots, and he hits it wide at the far right-hand post. And Manchester United, in a blink of an eye, should have been 2 goals clear. They are such a menace on the break. Yet Rashford, a lovely ball forward to start it all off from Jesse Lingard. Martial carries it on, and then Rashford there should have found the right-hand far corner. It was a wonderful bit of play. In fact, it was Fred who laid the ball in. Oh, my goodness me. City should be 2-0 down. But here's Sterling now. They're looking at 1-0 down. They don't get a free kick. Sterling went down a little bit too easily, maybe, on the far side. I don't know if there was a handball there by Rashford, I have to say, Russ. I don't know whether it's the Leeds fan in you that's saying that, but it's a penalty. It did look a clear penalty to me. I think the referee got it spot on. I think a lot of the impressions around the press box said said the same thing. 1-0 to Manchester United in the derby. What a moment in the season, on the destiny of the season, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, whose future at United was being vehemently discussed on every radio station you could wish to think of, locally and nationally, is now in a very good position here. If he wins this derby, it gives him that breathing space and that bit of time. Referee, there was surely a foul on McTominay, but the referee's played on, and that might be a good advantage here. Rashford trying to turn it, and he's at the crossbar with the right foot on the edge of the area. Marcus Rashford could have had a hat-trick by now. City all over the shop at the back. They clearly are missing Vincent Kompany's influence there. And City should be 3-0 down by now. Rashford has hit the bar. Henderson's made 2 magnificent saves to keep City in it. And, well, City should be losing by more than what they're seeing. This is just not on. City are all over the place. And we were all saying after Turf Moor on Tuesday night when they absolutely put Burnley to us the sword, but maybe Burnley showed this sort of attitude on Tuesday that Manchester United are showing tonight. They may have had possibility of 3 points themselves. And you just wonder, I mean, seeing what I've seen from City tonight, I've seen City 3 times in the last week. They were abject against Shakhtar Donetsk a week or 2 back in the Champions League. They weren't meant to work hard at Turf Moor on Tuesday. It was an easy win for them because Burnley let them win practically because of the attitude of the Burnley players. But today it's been a totally different City, and they've been poor. There's no doubt about it. But here they come again, looking to put things right. They need to now. The ball into the penalty area. I think they're missing Sergio Aguero. There's no doubt about that, as De Gea takes a nice comfortable catch under no great pressure. He hoops the ball 3 quarters down the field, and Martial chasing that one. He's got there. And this is great football for Manchester United. You've got to say that indeed. And here's Daniel James, who missed the first big chance of the match in the second minute. Here's Martial. He turns, and again finds James. James back to Martial. It's Sadio. Martial shoots it in! This is unbelievable stuff. Martial scores at the near post. And it's 2-0 to Manchester United. Right-hand side of the penalty area. And Alex Ferguson is absolutely beaming with glee. The former United manager, because United here are taking the champions and City rivals to the cleaners and to task as well. This is sumptuous counter-attacking football at his very best here from Manchester United. Lovely 1-2 with James, and Martial with 2 City defenders tagging to him. Gets his left foot shot off, and that goes in past Edison, and Edison will be kicking himself. Now that snuck in under the near post. He should be saving that for me. It's 2-0 to Manchester United, 29 minutes gone. And City are all over the show. And it's the United fans who are taunting, who are acting like the noisy neighbours in Manchester at the moment. City all over the place. United just simply ruthless. 2-0. And it's a richly deserved lead, I'm afraid to say. If you're a City fan listening to this, I'm sorry, but it is a fantastic performance this from Manchester United. 2 goals clear and really in the box seat now. But here's Kevin De Bruyne. City now need to score the next goal, otherwise it may be slipping away from them this game. De Bruyne's cross into the penalty area. It's turned away again. This has been a remarkable turnaround in fortunes. 2 games ago, we were talking about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United future after a 2-2 draw with Aston Villa. All of a sudden, it's all turned round in his favour. He had a magnificent result against Tottenham at Old Trafford during the week. And now these supporters, United supporters, are in dreamland because they're now 2 up at the home of their greatest rivals. This is unbelievable. Who would have thought this was going to happen? This is the perfect tactical performance. It will take them into 5th place. Still a long way behind Manchester City, obviously. 8 points will still be the gap between the 2 clubs. But United will have hit a crucial blow, and it would give their Champions League hopes and ambitions a real shot in the arm. They go above Tottenham Hotspur, incidentally. This is a real turnabout here in fortunes here. Liverpool will be licking their lips at this, knowing that they took care of business this afternoon at Bournemouth and now are watching as their great rivals, nearest and dearest rivals for the title, are taking a bit of a hammering here at home to Manchester United in the derby, the 149th meeting between these 2 teams competitively. And here they are now. They've got a throw in on the level with the edge of the area on the left-hand side. They need something now in the remaining 14 minutes that remain of the first half. And I think that's Peter Schmeichel there watching. Yeah, he's got a foot in both camps, a former United player and a former City player, of course. And the days of Kevin Keegan. Played at City in the last season when they were at Main Road, of course. Well, it's never easy for Manchester City when they're 2-0 down. And I'm going to read an extract from Sean Dyche later, which is infuriating me. I mean, look at my Facebook feed. Anyway, back to the game. Here's Bernardo Silva. 2 goals down, City. Bernardo plays the ball into the penalty area. He's turned away again. Well, I thought for drama and excitement, the Merseyside derby was brilliant. But this may well, if this intensity and this pace of tonight's Manchester derby keeps up, then I think this could top the Merseyside derby in all aspects. Ball out towards the far side now. Sterling needs to get his rocket boots on here and start taking on opponents. But Aaron Wan-Bissaka is not Phil Bardsley. He's quicker than Phil Bardsley. And that's the difference. Burnley gives City the victory, more or less from the first whistle. United have not done that. And in fact, they've taken the game to City and have scored 2 good goals. A penalty which was rightfully awarded for a foul on Rashford through VAR, and it was the right decision. And then a second goal. Oh, a chance here inside the area for Jesus, but it's a deflection on the cross, runs away, and it's with David De Gea. And then the second one, a terrific left-footed speculative effort from Martial that crept in at the goalkeeper's right-hand post, and he'll be annoyed about that. Near post, you don't get beaten from there. 2-0 to United. Here comes City. Oh, and a terrific effort there by David Silva with his left foot, but it's straight down the arms and straight into the chest of David De Gea. Well, the freedom to shoot. Lindelof just backing off him a fraction. Gave him a chance to shoot from the edge of the area. United playing out from the back. Always a dangerous play when teams try to play out from the back. It always worries me as a football observer, and I love to see good football being played. And well, as a neutral, I'm not disappointed. If I was paying good money to watch this as a neutral, I would be royally entertained. Here's Bernardo Silva. Back to De Bruyne. Oh, the City got left in attack as we go into the final 11 minutes of the first half, plus stoppage time. Here's De Bruyne. De Bruyne now for City. This commentary has ebbed and flowed like a game it would be. And here's Walker, who's been non-existent. He gets the cross in. It's a disappointing one. It's far, far too close to damage the hair. And City will have to regroup here. Pep will have to have a few words at the break because, in fairness to them, I don't think they played at the level as they should have done, really, because you look at the way that City have played and United have played. They've been very brave. They've been wanting to attack every time. And it really has been an amazing. It's been an amazing sort of. It's been an amazing sort of game so far. 35 gone, still 2-0 to Manchester United. Here's James into the 6-yard area again, and Martial almost got a toe on that. If he had done, I think that would have been game, set, and match even at this early stage to Manchester United. There would have been no way back if City hadn't gone 3-0 down, and they do have quality in their ranks. They wouldn't have come back from that, surely. 35, less than 9 minutes almost to go in the first half. And what an ebb and flow game this has been. But it's United 2-0 up. They've created the better chances. And they have fully deserved their 2-goal lead. I don't think there's any question about that. Even the most arduous supporter would say, City fan, or even a loose fan like Mr. Vernon, would have to say that United have absolutely deserved it. They may have had 35% possession to 63 to 65% for Manchester City, but it's what you do with that possession that counts. And United have done far more than what City have done so far in this opening 36 minutes that we've been playing. City have it on the edge of the area. This is David Silva trying to turn, but again, Harry Maguire showing very mature defending here on the edge of his own penalty area. Knew he couldn't make a mistake, and he did absolutely superbly and got back there and hooked the ball away. That was a magnificent defending. A real, if you're watching this game and listening to the commentary, and if you've seen that, a good example to schoolboys everywhere. Tackles like that are good ones. Here's Bernardo Silva, right hand side for Manchester City. Goes infield, looks for Rodri. Rodri gets it out to the far side. Angelino now finds Sterling. Takes it down on the chest. Looks to take a Wan-Bissaka, who seems to have got the measure of him, but Sterling now has bursted away now into the penalty area, and it's just that final delivery that's let City down really in attack. Here's De Bruyne, edge of the area, chips it into the penalty area. Oh, what a chance! What a chance for Jesus inside the 6-yard area. De Bruyne's cross from the right-hand side was an absolute peach, but unfortunately Jesus didn't get the necessary contact with the header. The flag stayed down, and really the lead should have been halved in an instant there, and it should have been 2-1 to United and not 2-0. That's a poor header and a real chance wasted by Gabriel Jesus for Manchester City. Here's Martial, or rather Lingard, losing possession though, and Bernardo has one possession. Manchester United 2 goals clear. Could have been half to 2-1. Plenty of food for Mr. Guardiola and Mr. Arteta to consider as we go to the last knockings of the first half. It's still 2-0, remember. Ball out of play. It will be a throw-in to Manchester United. 38 gone. Versus broke some news. It's an over the border. Daniel Strendel is the new manager. A 2.5-year deal. Big final up in Scotland tomorrow. The League Cup final between the two Glasgow Giants, Rangers and Celtic, for the first major trophy of the season up in Scotland. Meanwhile, down here in England, which we're more concerned about here, is the 149th edition of the Manchester Derby, which is going the way of Manchester United, but they've conceded a free kick right on the edge of on their own penalty area, left of the penalty box. 39 minutes gone here. 6 minutes to go before the half-time interval. A goal for Manchester City now would give them a real foothold into this into this game. Remember, they're 2-0 down at this stage of the game. De Bruyne and David Silva over the free kick. De Bruyne might strike it here. Might be fated for the right foot. Can he get it on target? City needs something now. De Bruyne, right footed. Oh, just tips over the bar. Good free kick. Better. That's better for Manchester City. It was a good free kick this time. De Bruyne struck it right foot from the left-hand corner of the penalty area. And I think De Gea might have had it covered anyway. But a little problem there or two. As we see Sergio Aguero sitting down there thinking if only he could be out there now playing. Well, Manchester City have always had a reputation of putting their supporters absolutely through the mill here. And with 5 minutes to go to the break, United still in complete control and in pole position to take 3 crucial points. David Silva now for Manchester City, who lead 2-0, remember. Angelino gets the ball back. Fernandinho to John Stones inside his own half. 5 minutes to the break. City in complete disarray at the back. And they've conceded a free kick, I think. No, they've won a free kick, sorry. Bernardo went down. Free kick, and it's been taken quickly. Now United will have to defend here. And they need something here. Just to remind you of the 2 benches. Bravo, Gundogan, Mendy, Mahrez, Chancellor, Otamendi and Foden for City. For United, Romero, Mata, Pereira, Young, Greenwood, Tonatsumi and Williams. This is De Bruyne. Up against number 17 here, Fred. And De Bruyne, the 2 number 17s having a little bit of a battle royal on the near side. And it's out for a throw-in to Manchester City. They've taken it quickly now. Fernandinho now striding forward from centre-back. They need something now before the break. 4 minutes before half-time. Referee, I think, playing advantage here. And they're going to win a free kick right on the edge of the area, just to the right of the D. Foul there. And I think it might have been Rodri who went down. Yes, Rodri went down. Free kick to City. 25 from goal. Right of the D. De Bruyne and Silva, the 2-man committee. That's David Silva, the 2-man committee over the free kick. How are we going to see a reply of the highest calibre of Manchester City? 1 goal here from City could be a game changer. It could turn the game their way. And it will give them great heart going into the half-time break and give Pep Guardiola a bit more of an easier half-time talk, I would have thought. Now then, De Bruyne may well shape to shoot. Right foot. Or is it going to be the left foot of Silva? It is the left foot of Silva, but it's straight down the goalkeeper's throat again. It may have been going off target, actually. He got it over the wall all right, but let's have a look. No, it was probably just drifting wide off the right-hand post anyway, but De Gea ran across. And it wasn't the most well-hit of free kicks, it has to be said, by David Silva. City really off colour today. They haven't really deserved to be even back on parity or even in the game at the moment. They haven't played well enough, in my opinion, over the first 43 minutes to warrant being in the game. United have played well and justified their 2-goal lead. They've created the better chances. Yes, they've not had the possession that City have had, but they've created chances, and that's what sometimes you've got to be judged on, the chances and how well you take chances. Bernardo looked in an offside. Jesus looked offside to me, but the referee allows it to go on. This is Bernardo Silva. On the right-hand side for City. Can they find a way through this United defence? They found it so easy against an abject Burnley display on Tuesday. It's very difficult when you've got a well-organised team like Manchester United. Solskjaer has tactically got it spot on. He's out-thinking Pep here in every single department. They're out-muscling, they're out fighting, they're outdoing City in every department, and it looks as if Guardiola's got to turn this one around in the next 15 minutes that come forward, because his half-time tea talk is now going to be so crucial here, Pep Guardiola. This is a third one for United, and surely it's game over. And you don't want to write off City, but the way United are playing at the moment, it's going to be really tough for City. There's going to be 2 extra minutes, I'm being told, down on the touchline. Here's a chance now, De Bruyne into the penalty area. Deep cross back. Oh, and a missed kick at the far post by David Silva. with the left foot. And that should have been the one back for Manchester City there. They've got a corner. Sterling gets on with it. Referee's happy. Did look a little bit dodgy, that corner, as it was being taken. Never mind. Referee's allowed it. Here's De Bruyne. Needs to cross it in for the right. He'll take on his man. Whips it past Lingard. Cross gets a deflection. High and up and under. Still, City have possession. Edge of the area. They're trying to thread it through this stubborn United defence, and they're not for budget here. Quarter of a minute to go of the first half. Plus possibly 2 added minutes. We'll tell you. We'll get confirmation of those 2 added minutes from Mike Dean. But Russ's ball down on... But my moan arm on the touchline, Russ, said it is 2 minutes. Let's see if it is 2 minutes. Could confirm there's 2 minutes. Russ again, spot on as usual with the stoppage time. 2 added minutes for City to try and pull a goal back and make it an interesting 15 minutes here. And maybe change the complexion of Pep Guardiola's half-time tee talk. Ball towards the penalty area, and it's going to be a goal kick, I think, to Manchester United. Bernardo winning the ball. It's his mistake that's cost City dear. He clearly brought Rashford down for the first penalty. For the penalty that United got, which led to their first goal. And the second one, surely a mistake by Ederson. And David Silva couldn't finish the job off there. Usually so reliable in those final third situations. They're missing Aguero. They're missing Company, who's gone to manage Angelect in the heart of the defence. 1 minute of the 2 remain. Manchester United in pole position. We'll take a 15-minute break at half-time. Remember, this is not the last live action of sport you'll see on this Jamie Clark YouTube channel. We've got the boxing coming up at around about 20 to 9 this evening. The fight itself coming from Saudi Arabia. We'll have alternative commentary of that fight between Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz Jr. coming up. Remember, at the weigh-in, Andy Ruiz Jr. 3 pounds heavier than Joshua. 30 seconds or 25 seconds left of the first half stoppage time. Here come Manchester City. Here's a chance now. They come forward again. A chance here now. Walker gets to the byline. Walker's cross. Deflects. They peel handball. Have they given a penalty? I think. Have they given a penalty? The referee has said corner. They want VAR. Now, will they check it, VAR? They claim handball against Fred, I think. Let's have a look. Well, I don't know. Bracket of Sidham given. Kyle Walker's convinced. Well, is that a penalty? Are VAR going to check it? No. Was the hand down by the side or was the hand out? It's certainly a debatable one, whichever side it goes, whichever side of the coin it's given, and VAR has decreed no penalty. So it looks as if Michael Owen has taken the safe bet that that Fred's arm was down by his side. Corner only to City. They think they should have had a penalty. Well, make up your own minds as the half-time whistle goes. Pep Guardiola clearly not happy. VAR's deserted him a couple of times already tonight. And City will claim till the cows come home they should have had a penalty. But Manchester United got one after 23 minutes. Through VAR, Rashford converting from the penalty spot. Then 6 minutes later, Martial doubling United's lead. In truth, City haven't really been good enough in the final third. Admittedly, United have done what they've done with their meagre possession and could have scored more than the 2 goals that have come their way. So United in complete control. City certainly rallied in the final 10 minutes and a half, but just couldn't finish it. So plenty of work for Pep to do. He's got 15 minutes to sort this out. Otherwise, United could have 2 big victories in a week, which would put them right back in Champions League contention. And also, Red Half and Merseyside will be purring like they've never purred before. Anyway, we're going to take a quick 15-minute break, and then we'll be back with full second half commentary of City against United. Don't forget, later on tonight, Anthony Joshua against Daniel Ruiz Jr. in the boxing. You'll hear holding up commentary of that. But at the moment here at the Etihad, it's Manchester City 0, Manchester United 2, and we'll be back within 15 minutes for the second half. Hello, welcome back to the game live, where we're covering the 149th edition of the derby match between City and United in Manchester. 2-0 to Manchester United, if you just joined us. Burnley have lost 5-0 today to Tottenham. This is what Sean Dyche had to say. Now, these comments I find quite amazing. This is what Sean Dyche had to say, and I quote what Sean Dyche said word for word here. He says, "We gave the ball away 5 times, and they scored 5. It's unlike us, but is it like you? Unlike us. It's been like that for the last 2 games. What game have you been watching, Sean? Even against these good sides, to give the ball away so often, it has been a tough day. We've shown that we can play these sort of teams and make life awkward, and we have to get back to that. We didn't start with the edge that you need, and it's been a week of reality for us, but we know there's a huge gulf in this league when the big teams are on it, so it's for us now, it's onwards and upwards." Well, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. What I won't accept is the effort and the lack of effort and work rate. None of that was mentioned. Let's have a look at well, there's a few people saying forget onwards and upwards, not good enough. New right back and centre back needed in January, full of rubbish. Admitted Dyche, it was rubbish, end of. No mention of Son running past the whole team. That was true. That was an awful goal. One guy saying Dyche out. He's bought very poorly, sold our best players and replaced them with rubbish. We can only play one way. McNeil's the only player that has Premier League quality. The rest are Championship standard. Well, that's just, and then there's one guy saying, what the hell does he mean, unlike us? Has he forgotten that the 4 Manchester United City put past us, the 2 from Palace, and a couple of weeks ago they managed to lose, scratching at straws. But anyway, that's the verdict from Burnley. We're all set to go in the Manchester derby, and we're back underway now with you. Manchester derby talk now today, from now on in. So let me just run through the 2 lineups for you. Edison in goal, Angelino, Fernandinho, John Stones and Kyle Walker, David Silva, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Raheem Sterling, Gabriel Jesus and Bernardo Silva are the City 11 this evening. Manchester United's lineup as follows: David De Gea in goal, back 4 of Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the former Crystal Palace man. Then it's Fred, Scott McTominay, Marcus Rashford, Jesse Lingard, Daniel James, Anthony Martial, and Anthony Martial. We'll give you the substitutes in a minute, because here's David Silva on the break for Manchester City, playing a 1-2 with Kevin De Bruyne. Back inside to Sterling. Sterling trying to turn. And again, United getting numbers back in defence. 1 minute gone in the second half. It's 2-0 to Manchester United. Rashford from a penalty after 23. And a goal from Martial in at the near post on 29. And in fact, Russ has just been checking the situation with VAR, went off to get something to eat, and VAR said no, should have been a penalty. VAR did say no. So maybe a controversial decision as we get underway in the second, as the City get a corner. We will run through those substitutes as soon as we get 5 minutes to breathe here. It has been so frenetic and so I suppose fast pace. It's been untrue as the ball is hooked into the penalty area, and it was a little bit of ricochets there. Comes out to the edge of the area, shot comes in. It was Angelino of all people shooting with his left foot, but he hits it well into the stand. It might have even gone 80 rows back into the stand. It's a goal kick anyway to Manchester United. Manchester City, remember, won the corresponding fixture a year ago by 3 goals to 1. So there's plenty of worry looks on the City bench. Remember, we've got live boxing at 8:15, at 8:45 rather, as Ruiz and Joshua go in their second battle again. There, and what a fight that really does promise to be. A great It's a terrific atmosphere around this famous old ground, and I enjoy commentating here at the Etihad. It's a nice place to come here and do your commentary. Nice place as Sterling runs down that side and it's out of play. It will be a throw-in. Angelino takes the throw-in. And now a chance here for City to come forward once again. 2-0 down. I'll run through the benches for you in just a second or two. Don't think we've forgotten you. Don't think we've forgotten. Here's Angelino. Oh, he looked as if tripped there. The referee's played a good advantage. Now David Silva, can they make the advantage count? The ball goes wide at the far right-hand post. And behind for a goal kick in the end. Big opportunity wasted there for Manchester City as they look to try and get back into this game at 2-1 if they can. It still remains 2-0. Live here on the JB Clark YouTube channel. Remember, Anthony Joshua coming up a little bit later on this evening. A double header of sporting commentary. And we've covered boxing on this channel before. And hopefully we'll do that. Manchester United have actually never lost a Premier League match where they've led by 2+ goals at half time. 167 of them won. And 3 draws, no defeats. They have come back from 2 goals down before in the Manchester derby a few years back. So anything can still happen. City haven't really been at the races today. There's no two ways about that. Remember earlier today, wins for Everton by 3-1. Also wins for Spurs 5-0 against my beloved Burnley. And a nice bumping win there for Liverpool. Watford, Crystal Palace ended goalless. And here we've got a situation where Manchester United lead by 2-0 here against a very abject Manchester City at the moment, it has to be said. And here come Manchester United trying to break here. And Rashford again at the hub of everything that's all good about Manchester United at the moment. As we go into the 5th minute of the second half. 2-0 to United. City need to get a grip on themselves. This is Daniel James on the turn. Does really well, and he gets McTominay through, and he's been taken out there by Angelino. Free kick to Manchester United. We have a 2-0 in this 149th derby here in Manchester. Free kick on the right hand side here for United as they look to try and get a third one, which would make the game completely safe. Fred will swing it in from the right left footed. Comes up, strikes the ball in left footed into the penalty area. Well defended there by City defenders. And the ball ushered back again. This is McTominay again, and then the ball ushered back to David De Gea at the other end. Well, it's a game that might well hinge on 2 VAR decisions. 1 given to United, 1 not given to City. And I've got to say, looking back at the replays at half time, I think I agree with Russ that I think that should have been a City penalty. Mike Oliver was in agreement though with his referee, with the main man on the field. That was Anthony Taylor. He's from Wythenshawe, incidentally, to keep the Manchester thing going. As Jesus trying to go down the blind alley, and he gets a throw in at level with the edge of the 18-yard area, or 6-yard area to City, of United's 6-yard box, I should say. Now then, Stones coming forward now, midway side, United half, chips it out there towards Angelino, takes it down nicely on the chest. Now then, Rodri, were they something from him tonight? They had quite an easy victory at Burnley. Burnley didn't really make it difficult for them, in all honesty. And it's proved the difference. And now Rodri flicks the ball out towards the far side, and Bernardo can't reach that. And it will be a throw into Manchester United. It's been a difficult day for City. 52 minutes of the game gone. Live here on the JB Clark YouTube channel. Not many people are listening along tonight. I don't understand why. They must all be going out or having their Christmas parties, clashing with my commentary. I hope you can all join us for the boxing later. Anyway, here come Manchester United on the break. Can they wrap the game up here on the break? It's Rashford on the chase. Walker's there, beats his England colleague to the punch, and that's going to be a free kick to Manchester City, I think. Well, what an interesting game now this is going to be for the rest of it now, because what does City do here? They're 2 goals up and are in complete trouble here. Remember, Everton have won, Liverpool have won, Tottenham Hotspur have won, and Manchester United could go above Spurs with a win here tonight. They would be in 5th place if the score stays the same. Here come Manchester City now with De Bruyne. Bernardo on the far side, hugging that right hand touchline. Bernardo runs in at the back goal, tries to go past McTominay and Shaw. The crossing towards the back post. Sterling can't keep it in at the far post, and it's out for a goal kick for Manchester United. 53 and almost 53 and a half minutes gone. I nearly stopped breathing then I nearly got breathless then for a second or two. The Etihad Stadium in complete and utter silence here. And a yellow card to David De Gea, I think, for, I presume, wasting time. So David De Gea has been booked. He's accepted it with good grace, actually, to be fair to the United goalkeeper. But it was a correct decision. You don't want to encourage time wasted in this situation. Now referee's not happy about something else. Now what's he going over here to is he no, was the goal kick not taken from the correct spot? It's starting to get a little fussy here, Mr. Taylor. Well, David De Gea will not want to make that mistake. Time wasted in a hurry. That's a foul on McTominay. No, it's not. I thought there was a foul there. McTominay may have just egged it a little bit there with his theatrics. And here's David Silva. Now then, big chance here. Sterling hasn't had his best game by any stretch of the imagination. Had it so easy against Phil Bardsley the other night, but he hasn't had it easy against Wan-Bissaka, who's absolutely beaten him in the battle. And then Sterling battles through it on the edge of the United penalty area. It's all getting a bit scrappy out there. City have won the ball back. They've got a chance inside the area. Chance here! Oh, it's over the top. It's over the top from De Bruyne. Might have deflected, in fact, of Harry. Was it Lindelof? Yes, it was Lindelof. What an opportunity this really was for City. This would have really given them a platform. 10 minutes into the second half. Lindelof last-ditch defending as De Bruyne pulled the trigger. This should have been one back for City, but Lindelof got an important block there with his foot. And here comes City out towards the edge of the 35 yards from goal. It's, that's a disappointing ball by Angelino, but it has found De Bruyne. He's been backed into a corner by Jesse Lingard. 2-0 still to Manchester United. Angelino takes possession. Sterling is urging him to give him the ball. This is Sterling. 55.5 minutes gone. 10.5 gone in the second half. Still those 2 first half goals from Manchester United. Settling the issue here. JB man of the match will come into operation in 10 minutes time. Here's a chance inside the area for Bernardo Silva, and he turns away in disgust as the ball deflects off a United defender behind for a corner on the far side to City. This is looking a little bit more better. It's all Manchester City at the moment. No breakthrough for them. Short corner. Badly worked. And here come United through Daniel James. And it's 3 against 2. Although City have got plenty back. But this is Jesse Lingard. And he goes down. And United professionally and cleverly win the 3 kick. Over on the far side. Kyle Walker, no holds bar challenge on his former England colleague. Oh no, he may have got a piece of the ball, in fairness to him. The referee's decided it is a free kick. Jesse Lingard has gone down. Free kick. It is to Manchester United. And a third one here for United will surely seal the points. And they'll be going back to the other side of Manchester. Remember, on the west side of Manchester this evening, they might be going back east. On the east side of Manchester, they might be going back west here tonight. Into the penalty area it goes. Still loose inside that City penalty area. United have it on the edge with James, but he had to go back again. Wan-Bissaka chips it out towards the far side. City appealing for offside. Not given by the referee. Maguire trying to stall forward before Angelino just smacks the ball into Rose for a throw-in midway inside the City half to United. Well, City had to turn this round. They've got to do it inside 22 and a half minutes. There's an injury here, I think, to one of the City players. I'm not sure who it might be. It might be Rodri, actually. City are preparing to make some substitutions. They've got left. Let me run through the benches here. Bravo, Gundogan, Mendy, Mahrez, Cancelo, Otamendi and Foden are what City could do. Manchester United's bench reads like this. Romero, Juan Mata, Pereira, Ashley Young, Mason Greenwood, Twanatsabe and Young Williams, as well as we see one or two familiar faces in the crowd as well. Right kid there as well. One or two others. This is not looking good for Manchester City. There's a stretcher coming out here, and City, of course, with injury problems, of course. It's not looking too good. Otamendi, in fact, it's Stones who's injured. I think he's pulled a hamstring. So Nicola Otamendi about to come on, but John Stones. So a bit of a blow there for Stones. He's not had his best night, bar none, as was quite rightly reports to me. So Otamendi having to come on here. The City have to strengthen again at the back. It's a like-for-like change, of course, due to injury. It's not what Pep wanted at this moment in time, but needs must in these sort of situations. And now we're gone almost to the second half, and it's still 2-0 to Manchester United. We're all taken quickly down the left-hand side, and it's Martial battling with the ball. Runs into traffic, and now the ball hooked away once again. City 0, United 2. City come again with Fernandinho. Now Angelino. City have made a change. Otamendi on the field. Now then, a chance here for Jesus, but he runs into trouble, and that ball ricochets off Mike Dean on Luke Shaw's challenge, and it will be a throw now to City almost on the halfway line on the near side. 59 and 3/4 minutes played. Almost half an hour exactly left on this Manchester derby. City in real desperate trouble at 2-0 down. They dominated United last year, and in fact their 3-1 victory put Jose Mourinho practically out of a job, because they lost to Liverpool the next couple of games later, and Mourinho was out on his ear. It's the same habit. Oh, give it away here by the defender. Sterling could catch it. Sterling inside the penalty area. Is he trying to take it too fast? He probably has, and he deflects away for a corner. He wants a penalty. VAR will be all over it like it always is. Lindelof again. He's had a marvellous game for Manchester United, doing terrifically well there, but a little bit of a brain freeze inside that United defence, and Sterling for the first time got in behind them, but tried to delay it, and he should have shot earlier. De Bruyne's corner far side, away by the defender there, number 5, Harry Maguire. Now Angelino, deflection. It will go for a corner. City forcing a lot of corners here. It's Lindelof, in fact, of all people, gave the ball away. And in fact, I think you'll find that Luke Shaw got in the challenge, and Wan-Bissaka did. But it was Lindelof who gave the ball away. Now, was this a possible penalty? Well, he's kicked Wan-Bissaka. He's kicked the defender, the attacker there, Wan-Bissaka. Anyway, the ball is in the penalty area. Hooked away again. City still come charging forward. They still believe here, City. De Bruyne's cross into the penalty area from the right-hand channel. He'll try again, De Bruyne, but he's lost possession. Here's Shaw, far side, and City defenders wait in vain, and there is the frustration. Otamendi been on the pitch a couple of seconds, showing his complete and utter frustration. But it's working quite well for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. This man is masterminding a real tactical masterclass in how to come to Manchester City and take him to the cleaners, perhaps. It's 2-0. What a result this could really be for Manchester City. Throwing on halfway to Manchester United, who lead, if I say, 2-0. 62 on the clock. 28 minutes to go plus stoppage time. City must be pondering some attacking changes here, because it's clearly not working. As the ball is now played back. Remember, Michael Oliver is our man down at Stockley Park. Later this evening, around about 8:45 UK time in Saudi Arabia, Anthony Joshua fights Andy Ruiz in the second meeting between the two, as Manchester United come forward again, and Ederson taking the ball then, and Martial for a moment then looks as if he was in there for the third, Well, last-ditch defending, and out came the goalkeeper. Now City with a chance to break here with Otamendi. 2-0 down. Now Jesus out to the far side, and it's Kevin De Bruyne now. De Bruyne running in there, and I think he was trying to look for Sterling on the opposite side, and he couldn't get the pass through. Well won there by Otamendi. And City having on halfway. 2-0 still to Manchester United if you've joined us late. This is Bernardo Silva. He takes on Shaw down the far side. Goes in field. Rodri now takes over. Down finds David Silva. They need a bit of magic from him perhaps. Kyle Walker now. Can Kyle Walker put in a good ball? He's delayed and delayed. Gets a low cross in there. Turned away by Wan-Bissaka. Now Sterling laying it back. And then the ball has been lost by City. And now here's Daniel James to break away. Brady give a little bit of breathing space to United, but he's lost it now to Sterling. And here goes De Bruyne. De Bruyne towards the edge of the area. The ball deflects. It'll fall nicely for Angelino. Back to De Bruyne inside the area. Here's a chance now for Rodri. Rodri shoots! Oh, and it's over the top. It's over the top right front. The shot that just may have deflected, I think, or maybe the goalkeeper might have got a glove on that. It was better from City. De Bruyne laid it in. Rodri smashing out, and in fact, I think it might have come off the goalkeeper here. Just seeing on a replay. Yes, he got a flick on that, the goalkeeper. It's a terrific save. It's an unbelievable save as we see Bernardo take it off and Riyad Mahrez out of the field, the former Leicester City man. 64 gone. Here comes the corner. De Bruyne's corner. The ball's loose, but it's United who win it inside the penalty area. They get it clear. And now Lingard chasing, but back comes Kyle Walker, who had a bit of an head start on his ex-England colleague. Of course, Lingard nowhere near the England squad on current form at the moment. Here's Rodri on the halfway line. Rodri now looking to feed all comers. He finds David Silva. This is Raheem Sterling. Left-hand side. Sterling tries the shot, deflects, and he might come here. Oh, it's just gone wide. Morris is claiming a corner. And the referees disagreed with that, and it's a goal kick. The linesman's, in fact, made the decision. He reckons it came off Riyad Mahrez last here. Well, the angle we saw it from first time is not because of the deflection on the cross. Well, it's hard to tell there. I think it did probably come off Mahrez last. 65 gone. JB man of the match to vote time. 25 minutes to vote. Name of your player. And then the hashtag JBMLTM for our supplementary Man of the Match award. And you do that in the comments, live comment section. Well, of course, we're going to add a new feature to our boxing commentary tonight. We're going to give you scorecards. We're going to ask you to score the fight as you hear it or see it on later on between Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz Jr. I'll tell you more about that during our boxing coverage in just over an hour and a half's time. Meanwhile, here in the football, it's still 2-0 to Manchester United. City looking to have made two of their three substitutions, and here's Daniel James now looking to seal it, and there's a man over below here. It's Jesse Lingard, he's on the area. Lingard shoots, and it's a terrific save at the near post. The left-hand post by Emerson, I think, and it's kept City just about for an out moment anyway in this game. 66 minutes gone. It's still 2-0 to Manchester United. Good save. A terrific save by Ederson. That was going inside the near post. That is a terrific save from the Brazilian goalkeeper. It's only a corner to Manchester United. They won't be too much of a hurry, understandably, to take this corner. They've given themselves that luxury here. City in complete disarray at the moment as we come towards 7 o'clock here in Great Britain. And we've got the boxing to come later on. The big fight. And there's got some models and some flares onto the field, and this is going to be, well, the City fans, there is obvious frustration, but this is not on. This is not on. Freddie's been clearly struck by coins and weapons and goodness knows what. This is not what we want to see in English football. Fred clearly distressed and hurt. Harry Maguire just ushering him away, and Fred looks clearly hurt and upset, and there's going to be a disturbance here. We've got a disturbance in the Manchester derby. We've got a break in play. This is not what we want to see in this day and age. I thought all this nonsense was over. Fred bravely going over to take the corner, And no amount of stewarding is going to afford him any abuse anymore. It's not going to afford him any more respite from the abuse. He's getting down on that far touchline here. That is just not on, and I hope the City fans who are doing this are rejected from the ground. That is just not what we want to see in English football. Corners United, Fred has shook it off, and he takes the corner, and he nearly finds Lindelof with it as well. It was a decent corner there, Fred. He did well there to shake it off. Good professionalism. Didn't react at all, and did really well. But the City fans, well, that's put a disgrace on the club, that for sure. A few mindless idiots there, just spoiling it for the rest of everybody there. Nobody, I know it's a derby and passions run high, and it's Manchester bragging rights at the end of it all, but surely certain supporters do not have to resort to idiotic violence like that. That's just moronic behaviour. 2-0 to Manchester United. They'll be worthy of the lead. City have tried but haven't broken this United's just stubbornness and defensiveness, as we now go into the final 22 minutes. Well, inside the final 22 minutes, incidentally. This is De Bruyne. De Bruyne hits the ball against Shaw. We'll get a second chance. Now then, can City, through De Bruyne and Sterling, inspire one of the most unlikely comebacks in Manchester derby history? Sterling goes down. I think, is he given a penalty? I don't think he has. I'm not sure what he's giving here, the referee. It's hard to tell with this ref. Let's have a look at it again. No, Sterling's gone down a little easy for me there. I think Harry Maguire's just simply standing his ground. I think it's desperation time for Manchester City. VAR obviously checked it and decreed it was a goal kick anyway. I think if it had been overturned, it would have been the biggest. It would have been the biggest disgraces in memory. Well, that's the way the cookie bounces in some cases. This is Manchester United 2 goals clear, but on the defensive here for most of this second half. We've played 69, nearly 70 minutes, and City still looking to keep up the pace. They need 2 goals in 20 minutes to even force a draw and a share of the spoils here, a share of the bragging rights. Second one to come at Old Trafford, of course, unless they draw each other in the cup. They haven't drawn each other in the cup yet. Anyway, here's a chance now inside the area, and it's Jesus who was hot shot fire, hit a terrific goal at Burnley on Tuesday night, which set City on their way against an abject Burnley, I should also say. But here's the corner, City take. Now then, they've got a chance here. Mahrez with the cross. It's deflected away, and it's the ever reliable, ever working Daniel James, who seems to have cut out that trait in his game at the start of the season when he was diving around to win 3 kicks and sundry. But he seems to have cut that out of his game, the Welshman, and he's having a nice purple patch at the moment for Manchester United. United, of course, beating Spurs. City, and now City would be another great scalp. This really is a performance and a half for United. They're letting City have possession, understandably so. But the blue half cannot find a way past the red half yet. The cross into the penalty area. Sterling gets it back across, and a chance there, and again heroic defending. This time Shaw and McTominay were back. This is brilliant United rearguard action. 18 and a half minutes to play for stoppage time. Remember, JB man of the match. Name of your player plus hashtag JBMOTMO. I might have to choose a man of the match myself. Here's a chance now. Walker. Ball into the penalty area. Corner kick. Corner kick. Shaw, the man it touched. And already Mahrez having an effect on this far side. Oh, that's more a handball than the one in the first half, I've got to say. But the corner's not been given. The corner's only been given. VAR did check it, so another corner it is. In towards the near post. Flick on and wide from 6 yard. It was Otamendi who got the header in. And it goes wide at the far right hand upright. And behind for a Manchester United goal kick. And City still can't find a way through as we now go into the last quarter of the game. It's been a tough old baptism for City. 2 goals they've conceded, But they're making chances and they're still being positive. They have to be. They have to go for it. Here's Sterling now from Mahrez's pass. Left-hand side. Sterling takes on all comers. He beats two of them. He finds David Silva. Silva has to turn. United have still got significant numbers back. And in the end, the significant numbers did the job that was required. Angelino to take the throw in. There's going to be a change here for Manchester United. Number 15, Pereira, is going to come on for number 9, Anthony Martial, whose goal after 29 minutes looks like it might be enough. Russ has not decided yet, but he's got a good 17 minutes to decide that anyway. I'm sure if the new Caton's listening or he's watching along, he'll be absolutely delighted the way United have played. They are the away team. They are liable to defend a lot, but they've attacked really well. And Pereira through. Lingard. Oh, it just wouldn't reach Lingard at the far post. Lovely cross on the right from Pereira. First touch is just as he come on there, gets his very first touch. And it almost led to an assist there for Pereira. Good football there for Manchester United. Good classic counter-attack for Manchester United. And now Pereira involved. There's a little bit of handbags. Pereira fouled one of the City players who didn't like it, and there was almost a 3-for-all. The referee came in there straight away and sorted it out. And when it's all getting a little bit fasty out there, Sterling, in fact, that was a stupid tackle. Stupid tackle in the extreme, and you could tell what Fernandinho made of that. I mean, he could have broken Raheem Sterling's leg. That is ridiculous. I mean, that's on the border of a red card. Silly challenge for Pereira to make, and he doesn't need to do that at 2-0. Sterling is going nowhere fast. And he nearly takes the man out and nearly breaks the lad's leg. Meanwhile, City now looking to try and get back into the game, make this a grandstand finish. City win a free kick. No, they don't. It's a United ball. It's a United ball against David Silva. Coming up to the final quarter of an hour. Manchester United 2 goals clear. Those goals after 23 and 29 minutes. The difference. 70% Manchester City to 30% Manchester United in possession. United have had more shots on target than their neighbours have had. 3 for City, 6 for United. I think most of them coming in the first half, admittedly. But it's been United on the defensive back foot in this second half so far. Quarter of an hour left to play. We've had half an hour gone in the second half. 15 minutes for City to find at least 2 goals and salvage something from what's turning out to be an awful wreckage for them. 2 goals they need. They need to score them quickly. Now then, what can Kyle Walker do here? Looking to get the ball into the penalty area. City queuing up here. A chance here for Angelino. Shoots and it's wide and it deflects away off Wan-Bissaka. This is unbelievable stuff here from Manchester United defensively. It's a corner to City. Mahrez wasting no time to get on with it. It's on the quadrant. The corner's taken. Angelino. Mahrez is onside. Now then, can he dig out across to the left? It's a poor cross. He's hit Wan-Bissaka again. And it was too obvious there for Wan-Bissaka there. He just had to come out and block it practically. It's a corner kick. Can City do it? Can they get back in this game? Mahrez short again. Angelino back into the danger zone. And by De Bruyne, a little game of head tennis developing. And still a chance here for Mahrez. Mahrez, oh, good tackle again in United. Just won't be budged in defence. They've had chances here, City, in the second half, but the final third, it just hasn't come off. Is it going to be another one of those days? Is Pep's grip on the league title being loosened all the while? Liverpool winning earlier today. They will be purring on that on Merseyside tonight. In fact, it's a double joy for Merseyside because Everton won 3-1 against Chelsea. Those Champions League chances have taken a little bit of a battering because of it. Quarter of an hour left to play. What a finish. If City can get one here, we have a game here. But at the moment, it doesn't look as if it's going to be City's evening. United have played the perfect away performance so far. This is Angelino for City. It's all them at the moment on the attack. They've had most of the possession. They've had most of the play. But they haven't done enough to me in the final third to warrant being in the game. They need to score twice and quick. The ball played into the penalty area, but Wan-Bissaka can let that one go. And then McTominay wins a free kick. Or does he? No, he doesn't. The referee lets it go. City have possession. McTominay lost it. And here go City again. It's Rodri now to the byline. Corner kick to Manchester City, is it? Surely it's got to be. Pep Guardiola clapping his players on, willing them on. City 2 goals down and in complete disarray here at the moment. Earlier today, as we see Noel Gallagher in the crowd there, staunch City fan, lead singer of the pop group, the rock band Oasis, of course. Maybe looking back in anger at the missed chances and the missed opportunity here for City to close the gap here on Liverpool. As the ball is fed forward and Kyle Walker does a great defensive job. Now City try to come back into this, but it's United are running away with it at the moment. As they have it over on the far corner, they're taking their time. They're just going to go into the corner. It's a bit early to do that, but it's their entitlement to do so. They are the away team, and they want to try and put as much pressure on City as they can. And in fact, they've won a 3 kick for that. And that sums up. There's 2 Manchester United players on the deck over on the far side. The yellow card has been given, presumably to Kevin De Bruyne. Or was it Kyle Walker? Kyle Walker, yeah, he barged Fred off the ball there, and then De Bruyne took out McTominay. I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle Walker's got booked as well. 11 minutes to play. De Bruyne has certainly been booked. I'm not sure if Walker's been booked as well for his part. There were 2 United players down. It just looks like there was just a 1 yellow card in all that little incident. So free kick now to United, who are on their way to a remarkably unlikely victory, because City were the favourites going into this, considering they'd won 4-1 in their last game. Mind you, it was against the Burnley side that made it so easy for them. Defensive made it so easy for them. It was almost child's play for them on Tuesday night. And another foul there on McTominay, and the frustration really creeping in. Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus understandably upset about things. It's a passionate derby. Feelings do run high, and you can understand Jesus being frustrated by that. And that's a really poor challenge. Bourne had a complete frustration. McTominay up and about, but he's limping somewhat here. I don't think United have made 1 change yet. I don't think. Answers on a postcard if it's different, but I'm certain that United have not really made any changes. City have made all the played 2 of their 3. That is a certainty. 10 minutes to go. 9.5 minutes to go. Remember, we've got Joshua against Andy Ruiz coming up for you later on. Here comes City. De Bruyne in this heavyweight contest. Can City find a way through? Mahrez with the cross, and Sterling is there inside the 6-yard box. But he just couldn't grow enough, and Pep Guardiola, the strain on the face is showing. Again, lovely play here. Riyad Mahrez taking on all comers, got to the byline, got the cross back, but just too high for one of the smaller men on the field, Raheem Sterling. And in the end, City, another opportunity for City, passes them by with 81 minutes on the clock. 9 to go. It looks as if it's going to be a win for United, unless City can mount the most brilliant grandstand finish in the 8.5 minutes. Remember, yes, Pereira did come on for United. Well remembered, Russ. It's been such a frenetic, such a fast-paced game. It's been hard to keep up with it at times. It's going to be fast-paced in the boxing ring later on tonight over in Saudi Arabia, as Andy Ruiz defends his titles against the man he beat earlier this year, Anthony Joshua, the rematch. And you'll hear full commentary of that in the big fight here on the JB Claret YouTube channel. Fight Night Live on the YouTube channel. Round by round, punch by punch commentary of the Joshua Ruiz fight. What a game, what a fight that promises to be. Just remind you about the weigh-in. Andy Ruiz has got a £3 weight advantage on Anthony Joshua at the weigh-in. We'll be live in over an hour for the second stint of my commentary double. There's a chance here for Lingard inside the penalty area, but he stabs it tamely towards the goalkeeper, who gathers it no trouble at all. Still 2-0 to Manchester United. And Lingard just needed a bit more of a much better contact on the ball, and that would have really settled the game once and for all. 2-0, sorry, to Manchester United. Getting ahead of myself there. City needed 2 goals, and at the moment time is not there against them there, so in that respect it's probably snookers as well as 2 goals because of the time restrictions they've got now to score. But if anyone can do it, City can. 7 minutes plus stoppage time to go. They've had a lot of the play, and they've had a lot of half chances, but they haven't been able to take any of those half chances. And United, when they counter-attacked magnificently, they've done it very ruthlessly. Must give them credit for that. Still 2-0. Daniel James is going to be the man of the match in Russ Burnham's eyes. You've got another 7 minutes to decide, otherwise Daniel James will win our man of the match award, and he's played really well. Should have had a goal himself at the start, actually. As De Bruyne comes forward again and down the left, and he loses possession, and United just hoof it away, and City will come again at them, I think. Fernandinho to find Otamendi now. City have to just throw caution to the wind now. What have they got to lose in the 6 and a bit minutes that remain? What have they really got to lose now? This is Fernandinho. City really do need to step it up. They can still do it. We've seen late comebacks from City before from perilous positions when it's not been a frustrating time, but they've always come back. But this is a Manchester United team that really do like to defend, and they've defended from the front magnificently well. De Bruyne chips the ball into the penalty area again. Safety first option from Luke Shaw. Gets it out for a corner. City are not finished yet. United have just got to make sure for the next 5.5 minutes plus any stoppage time that Mike Dean will want to add on, that they see it through. Ball in from the far side into the area. Header in here, and it's a goal! It's a goal for Manchester City! And I think it's Otamendi who got in there to score from 6 yards. Otamendi, who missed an earlier chance, has pulled a goal back for City. 5.25 minutes left to play for stoppage time, and Nicola Otamendi has scored for Manchester City. And there might be a chance yet they could save this and save a precious point. And if they do so, it will be one of the comebacks of the season for Manchester City. It's 2-1. So Otamendi scores only his 2nd goal of the league this season, but it could well be a game changer now. 5 minutes. It's what it has done is set up a grandstand finish. Now Rodri has got off and Gundogan's gone on. So City have made a change amongst them all that little bit of shenanigans, and now it's Manchester United's turn now to teeter on the brink a little bit. They're still 2-1 up, but they're far from home and dry yet. And De Bruyne now finds Sterling, and the ball played into the area. Oh, just for a second or two, the ball just wouldn't break there. City still have possession. It's on the area. Now then, Mahrez shoots side by the hair from the right-hand side, and City almost level in an instant. Oh, what a game. This is turning out to be. City have one possession back though. Angelino chips the ball into the penalty area, and it's hooked away again, and Pereira just hoofs it as far down the field for Marcus Rashford to chase. And Otamendi gets back there and gets it back to his goalkeeper. This is some end to this game. Edge of the seat, stop this on the JB Clark YouTube channel. City piling forward, looking for a point that would be so precious. Can you imagine the scenes at the Etihad Stadium, here at the Etihad Stadium, if this was to happen? City 2 goals down, they were for some considerable amount of time. Now could find themselves, they nearly made it 2-2. Sterling, oh, and it almost got David Silva in there again. Still might break in there for David Silva, but it's beat David De Gea this time. Oh my word, Mahrez almost making it 2-2 here. This is a remarkable save from David De Gea. That's why he's worth 300,000, 350,000 a week. For saves like that, he's just pulled off. Darwin away to his right-hand side, got a big right hand and turned it away. It was a great piece of goalkeeping. 3 minutes to go, and United are preparing to make a double substitution, it looks to me. Ashley Young certainly one of them that's going to come on, and I think it's going to be Is it Juanatsabe who's going to come on? Looks like it, doesn't it? It is. Number 39, Juanatsabe. As United look to shore things up at the back. Let's see who they're going to be replacing. McPherson. And only got a Solskjaer there. Just checking through. So Juanatsabe coming off for Jesse Lingard, who's performed magnificently, and Young for Shaw, who's actually absolutely run himself out the ground. He's performed heroically. But the scoreline remains 2-1, and we're now into the final 2 minutes of normal time at the end of the game. Just to remind you, Joshua against Maurice Jr. is going to be our commentary. I think it's... Can you check the start time for the fight to Russ for me, please? And then we'll let the listeners know when to tune in, because we need to give you proper times. So Russ is going to check that out for us. As we see Jesse Lingard come off, and he's taking his time. Why is he not going off closer to a touchline near him? That's time wasting in my book. As Sterling is about to take the throw in. Manchester City, 90 seconds away from possibly a defeat. And a damaging one at that in their quest to retain their grip on the Premier League trophy, which at the moment looks as if it's strengthening Liverpool's hands. Leicester, their nearest rivals, play tomorrow. City are not doing themselves any favours here. We're into the final 60 seconds, and then it's all down to Mike Dean then how much stoppage time you want to add on. Angelino down on the left hand side. De Bruyne down in. Otamendi, they might as well go for it, City. What have they got to lose now, really, in terms of going for it now? They might as well try. Walker now gives possession here. De Bruyne now chips it out to Walker. Walker takes the ball down really comfortably well. And still City preparing to attack. Looking for this equaliser. Oh, that's a poor ball, and that's run out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick. Pep Guardiola asking the question, why? Why, he says. 10 seconds of normal time to go. Manchester United so close. 9 p.m. So 8:45 with the World Cups. We'll be on the air around about 7:35, 8:35 tonight, with the fight due to start at 9 p.m. 5 added minutes at the end of the match. So don't forget to join us in... What time are we on now? In just over an hour's time on the JB Clark YouTube channel for the big fight. Maurice Jr. Joshua, the second clash for the World Heavyweight crown. I'll have the commentary for you on that fight from Saudi Arabia. That's taking place over in Saudi Arabia. Remember, Ruiz weighed 3 pounds heavier than his opponent. Here comes City looking to hit back in this other heavyweight contest, and it's hooked away once again by United. They have defended like tigers, and here come Manchester United. They're going to finish this off with a flourish here. Daniel James, he's had a magnificent game. He's now been confirmed as the JB man of the match. Daniel James, our man of the match. And he feeds the ball forward, and the shot deflects, and it's time for a corner. Pereira hitting the shot, and it deflects. We've had a minute of the 5 gone, 4 left to go. United 4 minutes away from a famous victory. And a victory that they've had to work very hard possibly to get, if it is to be the case. City have huffed and puffed. They've managed to get one through Otamendi, but it's not been enough. United yielding up a corner, and they're in no hurry to take it. It's been a magnificent Manchester derby. And the referee just making sure that they don't time waste here, because he's made a gesture to his wristwatch that he will add time on. Goal kick to Manchester City. Came off Pereira last. We've had 2 of the 5 minutes. 3 minutes exactly now to go. Here's Fernandinho for Manchester City. Is there one last twist in the tail? Will it be heartbreak for Manchester United? Will it be relief for Manchester City? We'll find out in the next 3 minutes. City comes charging forward again, deep inside United's territory. Here comes Angelino, hanging cross towards the far post. Nodded away once again. There was a City player gone down there, but purely through exhaustion than anything else. United have really put on the perfect away display. The way they've counter-attacked, and they've counter-attacked with some conviction and have really shown City's frailty in defence. Still no clean sheet for City. One clean sheet, I think, now in the last 10 games. And here comes De Bruyne. De Bruyne for City. Can they save themselves at the last seconds? We've had 3 of the 5 minutes. 2 minutes to go. Here's Angelino. Crossed it, got a little deflection on it. City trying to get possession inside the United penalty area. Angelino, edge of the area. De Bruyne now. Will he be one of... that's a... Oh, he's sold... Oh, Walker's going to get booked here. Walker's going to get booked. He knew what he had to do. He had to hack the man down. And now a 3 kick to United. And, well, we've got about 90 seconds, I make it, of the game to go. What an unbelievable finish to this league derby. The 149th competitive Manchester derby. And it looks as if, for a few months anyway, that Manchester United are going to get the bragging rights. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So close. We got some sad news which I'll touch on at the end of the game. Concerning Aston Villa and their former manager Ron Saunders. We played 4 of the 5 minutes, and it is sad news, by the way, coming out of Villa Park tonight, I'm told. But we'll figure that at the end. One legend to another. Sir Alex Ferguson sat there, knowing that his team are just less than 50 seconds away for what could be a famous victory. Ball played out towards the far side. Now then, can City find a goal here? Kyle Walker running like a man possessed down that side, and United are in all sorts of trouble. Can they hang on in there? City corner. This is it now. 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds remain. De Bruyne says, come on, let's have this. He goes short. Angelino. De Bruyne again, left hand side. And he's found his man, I think. No, he hasn't. He's play on towards the back post. And checked it for City. It's on the 6-yard area. It's all sorts of a scramble going on here. 5 seconds to go of the stoppage time. City trying in vain to get the equaliser. And here goes Rashford. We've played the 5 minutes. City get back. And there goes the whistle, I think. No, it's not. And in fact, it is the final whistle. Wow. Wow. City have been beaten again, and what a famous victory for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and for Manchester United. The 2 goals in that 6-minute period, 23 minutes when they got a penalty given for a foul on I think on Rashford by Bernardo Silva. VAR checked it after Anthony Taylor initially not giving it. And then Anthony Martial 6 minutes later double United's lead. Otamendi scoring after 85 minutes. But it wasn't enough, and Manchester United hang on and get an unlikely but famous victory here at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City walk off disconsolate, but Manchester United absolutely thrilled to bits with that performance. And Pep Guardiola, first really to congratulate Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Magnanimous in defeat, and he's shaking everybody, and to his fair credit, Guardiola, he's shaking the hand of every single Manchester United player. And that's great sportsmanship. Even in an intense derby like this one. We thought the Merseyside one was a fantastic one. But this may have just topped it for, not just that, for drama and excitement and a thrilling finish. But it's Manchester United and their supporters who have all the bragging rights when both fans of these two teams mix in the workplace or in a pub come Monday morning. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be thrilled to bits. He couldn't have dreamt of this at start of kick-off, but City clearly missing influential players here. They're missing Zinchenko, they're missing Aguero, they've missed obviously Vincent Kompany since he's left. And the title defence has taken an almighty jolt again. And Liverpool, not only are Manchester United big winners here tonight, but also are Liverpool. 14 points the gap between City, Liverpool in top, and City in third position. Liverpool, of course, winning 3-0 this afternoon against a very abject Bournemouth. And Manchester United will be absolutely delighted about that. I hope you can all join us for our second. I'm going to be coming off in a minute because I need to get ready. I need to have something to eat. And I need to get ready for another big commentary coming up in just over an hour's time, because we're going to be doing boxing and live boxing as well. The commentary on Ruiz against Joshua. That big fight over in Saudi Arabia. What a fight that's going to be. Mike Harden been actually watching some of the undercard show, and we'll be providing commentary of that for you. Our own alternate view of it, commentary as well. I'm going to turn from being a budding Brian Moore into a budding Reg Gutteridge or Harry Carpenter in a short hour, because I'll be bringing you that. The big fight, the Fight Night Live, Saturday Fight Night Live, and it's Joshua versus Ruiz. As Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is milking everything there. Marcus Rashford throwing a shirt into the crowd. It was the perfect display from Manchester United. You can't give them enough credit, because they just, to a man, from the old 1-11, so to speak, they were absolutely giants. City huffed and puffed, but just literally could not break that United house down. And Manchester United take a massive scalp. They had a terrific win at Old Trafford on Wednesday night when they beat Tottenham Hotspur. Now they've just got to topped it at the Etihad Stadium. And United now above Tottenham in the 5th place. And look at the smile I'm just seeing there on Sir Alex Ferguson, sat there with David Gill. And I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could believe his dreams. The wheels are definitely turning for Solskjaer. Manchester City, a lot of soul searching to do for them, as their title defence is melting away and falling apart at the seams. Liverpool will be beside themselves with absolute joy here at the events here. Already 3-0 winners over Bournemouth. The penalty that wasn't originally given for VAR. Let's just go for the incidents again. You see, Bernardo Silva brings Rashford down there. He's absolutely definite a penalty. And Anthony Taylor, and no doubt, so then Rashford, corners personified, right-footed, finds the right-hand corner, and that put Manchester United into the lead. And they could have scored a couple of times before that, in actual fact. And then James and Martial working an absolute brilliant piece of play. 1-2s, left, right, and centre down the right-hand channel. And then a left-footed shot inside Edison's near post. He'll be annoyed about that, Edison. Into the net it went, and United then looked seemingly well in control of things. City then came back with a vengeance in the second half. They felt they could have had a penalty for handball at the end of the first half. I think it might have been harsh to give it. But here came Manchester United. Then Mahrez had a chance, and Lindelof got a block in. And then from this moment on, City were always on the back foot. And then John Stones hurt himself after 58 minutes. Otamendi had to come on. And to be fair, he did try, as City were huffing and puffing. Then Rodri had another terrific effort saved. He's a screamer against Burnley on Tuesday night. And De Gea showing his world-class ability to make a save. Then Otamendi pulled one back for City. And we all thought, could they still save it? Could they still save it? 5 minutes to play. They had another chance. This was Mahrez, and this is the save of the... Well, this could be the save of the game for me. And then City tried in vain, but just couldn't get that point they so desperately wanted. And this is how the table looks now. Liverpool top with 46 points. Leicester second, the game in hand on 35. And then Man City, 32 points from 16. Chelsea complete the top 4 with 29 points. Then Manchester United in 5th with 24, move a point ahead of Spurs in 6th place, having played the same amount of games. Wolves could still leapfrog the pair of them if they win tomorrow. But the game, I'm afraid, will be overshadowed from an awful incident involving Fred, who was pelted with all sorts of different objects by some frustrated Manchester City fans, or so-called fans, and what was a really fantastically well-fought derby game, played in the best possible spirit on the field, had to be spoilt by a minority of certain City supporters, and that spoilt it a little bit for me. But what a result though for Manchester United. A tremendous performance, the perfect away display. Right, I'm off now for an hour. We'll be back at around about 8:35, 8:40 for the boxing. Hope you could join me for the commentary then. And take care, and I'll see you in an hour's time. Hope you can all join me for the boxing. Have a fantastic evening. Just regarding that Daniel James won the Man of the Match award. But what a performance and what a victory for Manchester United. And as Duke Caton says, always back behind the wheel, and back at the wheel with a bang, with 6 points from 2 games. That's put United well and truly back in the Champions League picture, and more important than all, bragging rights in the city of Manchester. For now, good night.